You have heard the name ChatGPT more times than you can count, and maybe you have nodded along without ever quite knowing what it actually is or how you are supposed to use it. Let us fix that right now. Calmly, simply, with nothing assumed. So, what is ChatGPT? In the plainest possible terms, it is a computer program you can have a conversation with by typing. You type a question or a request in normal everyday language, and it types back a response in normal everyday language. That is it. That is the whole thing. You do not need special words. You do not need technical knowledge. You talk to it the way you would talk to a knowledgeable, very patient assistant, in plain English. The reason it caused such a stir is that it can do a surprising number of things, all through that same simple conversation. You can ask it to explain something you do not understand. You can ask it to write something for you, an email, a letter, a message you are not sure how to word. You can ask it to summarize something long. You can ask it questions and have a back and forth, just like talking to a person. Let me give you a real example of how an ordinary person might use it. Imagine you need to write a slightly awkward email, perhaps to complain about a service or to politely decline an invitation. You could open ChatGPT and simply type, "Help me write a polite email declining a wedding invitation because I will be away," and it will write you a warm, well-worded email in seconds. You can then read it, change anything you like, and use it. That is the kind of everyday, genuinely useful thing it does well. Now let me walk you through actually starting, because this is where people freeze. You go to the ChatGPT website or download the app. You create a free account. There is a free version that is perfectly good for learning. Then you simply see a box at the bottom that says something like Message ChatGPT. You click in that box, you type whatever you want in plain words, and you press enter. That is it. There is nothing else to figure out to begin. My gentle advice for your very first try: do not try to do anything important. Just play. Ask it to explain something you have always been curious about. Ask it to suggest dinner ideas using what is in your fridge. Ask it a silly question. Get a feel for the conversation. There is no way to break it and no question too simple. And remember the one thing we talked about before: it can sometimes be confidently wrong. So for anything that genuinely matters, treat its answer as a helpful starting point to check, not as the final truth. That is ChatGPT, a patient assistant you talk to in plain words. Nothing more intimidating than that. In the next videos, we will go deeper into the genuinely useful things you can do with it in everyday life. Subscribe so you do not miss them. I will see you there.